It is very odd indeed. And other cars, you can see them passing. So they're not blocking off any of the roads out here, but the traffic behind the pursuit, which is also pretty odd in itself, is really starting to build because of that slow-moving vehicle. How are they going to bring it to an end safely? Well, the spike strips might have been a good idea, but the pit maneuver right now on Mulholland Drive, probably not, just because they're afraid that vehicle might go over the side. And again, I've said this in the past, and it is very true. Law enforcement, LAPD, they are concerned about the safety of the suspect as well as anybody else that's around that vehicle, including themselves.
It's definitely an unusual one. I feel like we say that often with some of these pursuits, but really I don't remember seeing anything like this in the past. I don't know, I'm sorry I missed it if you mentioned this, but I was thinking almost, what if, I don't know, the vehicle is short on gas too? That could be why this individual is driving so slowly, or maybe just unfamiliar with. I saw a little shake there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what, and I have a feeling law enforcement, they're in that same boat. They're not really sure what they're dealing with right now, and that's one of the reasons why they're being very cautious in making any kind of aggressive moves to bring this to an end. You know, that jerk of the wheel, that brings me back to my thought, maybe there's something up with the driver. Look, we're going across the lines there, but then like, oh, wait a minute, you know, maybe it's sleep apnea. You know, there could be so many things that's going on with that driver, but right now, the biggest concern is that driver's still continuing to move. Law enforcement, they want to bring it to a stop, and that erratic driving, that could be a problem for sure. You don't want to see this person just meander off the side of the road and wind up down an embankment, possibly injuring themselves, or who knows, that vehicle could land in somebody's backyard or on a home. So right now, LAPD taking it very seriously. They are trying to set up maybe some spike strips up ahead, but I don't see them as of yet. There might be somebody right there, but you know, yes, they have that spike strips already. So we'll see what happens. He's got a moment or two till he gets there, but if this person is, you know, inebriated or has some sort of issue with them, they might not be able to see that spike strip, and this actually might be a very functional way to bring this to an end. We'll see here in just a few moments, but again, that kind of erratic driving, that's dangerous for that law enforcement officer that has to pull those spike strips across the road.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
yeah.
Well,
okay.
It worked. Or
there he goes.
Yep,
over
definitely
the
worked.
strip.
Okay.
And you never know, as you mentioned, Stu, the state of mind of these drivers when we follow things like this, and why they're doing the things they're doing, where they're going, and clearly this is a case, another example of how different, you know, each kind of case is, right?
It makes me nervous with the traffic going the opposite way. I wish they had blocked off that road, you know?
Yeah, thankfully he's not passing the double lines at this point right now, but certainly feeling the impact of the spike strip on that tire. As you could see, it was deflating in your shot, Stu, as you pushed into that front tire, but hopefully it's losing air at a quick rate of speed, so that maybe this can be put to an end relatively shortly.
Yeah, you know, that's the design for the spike strips, and it looks like it is just the driver's side that actually got taken out. They don't want those tires to deflate like explosively. Like when you watch old television shows and they run over a spike strip, there's number two.
One.
So he's going to have plenty of flat tires here in just a few moments. You know, they don't want those tires to just kind of rip apart and explode. They want that air to kind of escape very slowly, and that's the plan. And you know, those things are also designed for safety, because a rapidly deflating tire could create a problem for that driver. When it goes down slow like that, they know that that tire is going flat. They can react, but you are so right about the traffic on the other side of the road. Now he's driving around maybe on 4 flat tires. We've seen him meander close to that line more than one time. We just don't know, but slow speeds right now, very, very positive.